What's wrong with?
Oh yeah. Hello and welcome to Ramble on episode 11.
Yes.
With me, Aaron Hughes, and
I'm gonna sing. Absolutely, Joe.
is it?
Joe.
Yeah. This week we're going to be playing Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles, the arcade game, because we've done all the rest of them. So I figured, why not finish it?
We love turtles.
We love turtles. It's good.
There is more turtles, so don't think this will be the last time you see turtles either.
Yeah.
But for a while.
For a while, yeah. It's just something that I've never finished. I played it a little bit in an arcade, and there we go. There's a new addition to Twitch. Reduced video delay will help with faster communication during stream. Thank you very much, Steve. If you come around one time, we can sort it out. Right, so like last week we dealt with a few Nintendo games. My fault on the choice of the games, to be honest. My fault. I did download a couple of the ones that you did suggest. Adam did suggest so much more interesting ones. But with the speed in which I had to then get home and download them, I got terrible ones. He's here. So I do apologise on the terrible games, but we had some good waffle.
I don't know, the better, the shitter. I agree. Like, sometimes really fucking bad games make me angry.
Yeah.
But it's just funny watching somebody make a twat of themselves, isn't it? Sometimes.
Yeah, well, I do that so well.
If anything, I'll say they weren't terrible enough.
Right, okay, well, I won't go that far, ashtray and smokes. So we're going to try a new format, which will be a little bit better, I think, for everybody. We are going to start tackling topics at the beginning of the video, play the game, talk some shit, and then so on and so forth. 1 second, we have transient tech support. I'm with you in spirit. Thank you very much, Steve. Thank you very much. You have to come around one day and do one of these with us. Please do. It'll be good. We want you in on it.
Yeah, next week, you booked in.
Next week. Thank you very much.
Despite what your girlfriend says.
Yes.
Says no.
She says no, but we say yes.
No.
Yes.
Right, okay. Oculus. There's a little bit of Oculus.
I love Oculus. I was sold on VR a long time ago, as you know.
Well, you know everybody's not going to be sold.
I think, right, okay, I'll give you, see, because we haven't spoke about this yet. After having Oculus, and after...
I've got something that will sell everybody.
Okay, fair enough.
Well, you crack on.
It's not going to sell everybody. Hey, Mr. Liam's there, right there. With the Oculus, I found, after having it for a week or so, that a lot of people can't adapt to it. And it's not a slight on their side, it's a slight on the technology side.
What do you mean, sickness or just...
Well, either sickness or a bit clunky or unwillingness to accept different things sometimes. But as a whole, I don't think Oculus, once it gets released mainstream, main style, with the commercial release that it's going to get, I don't think it's going to sell as well as their actual development kits have. I think it'll double the sales of the development kits, because they're development kits, so you have to go specifically to the site. But once it becomes an actual commercial thing, you'll probably see an initial boom, say 250,000 units being sold,
and
then I think it'll sort of flatline, and then you'll have your hardcore VR people until the Morpheus comes out. I think the Morpheus for the PlayStation 4 is the thing that's going to get into more people's homes and get more people into VR.
Yeah.
Now, I loved VR. I've had some very, very, very good emotional experiences with VR recently. I was talking about the Apollo 11 launch. That was fantastic. As an educational tool, brilliant.
Sounds cool. What you told me about it sounded cool.
As an educational tool, fantastic. I love VR. I love VR, so I'm very, very biased on this.
Well, what about
go
to all those people that might be a bit on the fence?
On the fence, okay.
But they're a little bit pervy.
There is porn. I have tried the porn.
There is porn. And Aaron has tried the porn.
No, I had to. I didn't want to bring up the taboo subject.
I did. I wanted to bring up porn.
No, I checked it out.
Well, I'll bring it up because he said recently, one of the guys that's doing it, I forget the names because I don't research things like that.
Okay.
And he says, yeah, we're open to porn, just whatever. It's an open source thing. Anybody can make anything for it. Mm-hmm. Just do it. So I've seen there was some about 6 months ago.
Old people reacting.
No, it was just, you can watch these fucking girls doing something that looks a little bit pervy.
Dancing.
It might have been.
Yeah, the one of them was naked.
Kicking off about that. But not really, like everybody's going to say something.
It was hentai. Because you go onto the Rift store and it recommends this, that and the other, and then whenever you go onto, you just type in Oculus Rift experiences, it will bring up some of these porn experiences. Now, I'm no stranger to porn, as you know.
I don't know what porn is. What's porn? It's not porn to somebody who doesn't know what porn is.
It's great. It's great. It's something to do with that morning wood. No, it's, we're adults and we've all watched porn, right? And the thing is, what made Blu-ray win the HD wars was the fact that Sony put a lot of money into supporting pornography.
VHS as well, apparently.
Same with VHS.
Yeah.
And that's one of the reasons why Oculus are like, yeah, man, check it out.
That's what I'm saying. It might actually do more than what you think.
Yeah, but the fact that people are very, very queasy with this kind of stuff, it seems to me a lot of people will come across it and it might become this version of Kinect, which means, I mean, there's some nice experiences.
What do you mean queasy as in, like, some people...
Yeah, they become queasy with the motion detection. A lot of people have issues with the fact that it's not as high definition as the TV screens and all this. If you can't sink yourself into a world, I think you're going to be kind of missing when you...
Like 3D movies, a lot of people...
3D movies, yeah.
They didn't do as well as they thought they were going to do. They're winding down on them now. Because basically a lot of people, it does the fucking head in. And I mean, I watched Avatar just because it was 3D and I wanted to watch it. And it did...
At the time...
do my head in a little bit. It didn't give me a headache. The 3D wasn't good enough to warrant the mild irritation that it was giving me. And... so now, like, I went to watch Mad Max, and there was an option of 3D or just standard, and I'm like, I actually want to.
You went to watch it
in standard, just normal. So it might be a little bit like that.
Yeah, I think it's going to go a little bit like that. See, my experience with Avatar sold me on 3D. I also realised that it was a con of a 3D movie because when I watch a 3D movie, I've got a 3D TV, and when I watch a 3D movie, I get so used to things being three-dimensional that I need to take the glasses off for a second or two, and then put them back on to appreciate what is 3D.
That's exactly what happens with the 3DS.
Yes, yeah, it is.
You play it, and I can play it. I'm lucky, I can play it for hours, and it doesn't really bother me. Occasionally it does. Some games, they don't do it very well. It's just down to the programming or whatever. They just fucking can't be arsed. Play for hours and hours, and then I just get used to it, and it's normal. So I switch it off, just so that I can appreciate it is 3D, and then I switch it back on again, and then I'm like, whoa, actually, this
so that's what I do with that. Now, Avatar was a bit of a con job. Most of that movie wasn't 3D.
Right.
And I noticed that by the fact that I kept taking my glasses off and going, that is perfectly fine, nothing is out of focus.
Yeah.
Back on. Now I have something floating in my face, let's take it off, yeah, it's out of focus, that's 3D. And
yeah,
with the Oculus, everything is 3D. You played Affected.
Yeah.
And the screen on I have the development kit too. So this isn't even the commercial. This is even the newest version of the development kit. The newest version, I think it's called Condor or something. It's got LEDs all over the front. It's
number 3.
It's kind of number 3, but it's not really being widely released. You can't really buy it unless you're friends with Oculus.
Right. Hello, Oculus.
That one is the one that is very, very similar to Vive. They released this, and then Vive came out, the Valve HTC hybrid.
Right.
Not HTC, Samsung, isn't it?
Yeah, Samsung.
Yeah. I don't mind the lower resolution. I think it's fine because I delve into games and I put myself into that world. There's these very simple things that can make me break out of a gaming world, like the language that they use or so on and so forth, silly little quirks and stuff can break me out of a world, which is why I couldn't get into Fallout 3, which is what we were talking about last year.
Witcher 2, can't find a door.
Well, they say stuff like that. You be invested in that world and then all of a sudden, bang,
can't find a door.
So the resolution doesn't really affect me so much. Their commercial release version is going to have a higher definition screen on it and stuff. But Affected was fantastic. Affected was brilliant. I felt as though
That's the horror one.
That's just the horror one. When I had the headphones on, it was even more so because it was more sensory deprivation from the outside world, a more sensory overload of the in-game world, which was brilliant. So I was there.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. Well, it shit me up, so I didn't enjoy it. It was scary.
Yeah, so the Rift, the Rift is pretty fucking cool. I enjoy it, and I hope people. It's very low, its volume on.
Is that what it is?
Otherwise, we won't. So yeah, I enjoyed it. Shall we just hit another subject and then we'll get on?
Yeah.
Because I just waffle about that, so let's.
You want to do another subject?
Yeah, we'll do another subject. We're still talking. We're in the top corner, so it's not like we're.
Right. Oh, that's last week's. Didn't cover a lot of that shit.
Yeah.
Okay. A little short and sweet one with no real information.
Okay. Cool. They're my favourites.
Doom 4.
Doom 4.
Is a little trailer. Not really a trailer, like a teaser.
Didn't show much at all.
Which I saw on the.
Show Me Games group.
Show Me Games Facebook group. Check it out. It's good. Yeah, I don't know. Like, is it going to be alright? Is it going to be shit? Doom 3 was. I enjoyed Doom 3.
I enjoyed Doom 3. People
didn't like it, but I thought
people
it was
batted
alright.
it because they were saying, it's a jump scare game. And it's like, well, at the time that Doom 3 came out, run and gun was pretty much dead. You didn't do a lot of run and gun in first person shoot 'em up, so that was a horror experience.
Yeah, it scared me.
One of the first horror experiences. It scared me. Yeah, well, we played it together, and it scared me. So, Doom 4, it depends on what angle they're going for, because there's a resurgence, a retro vertigo, if you will.
He's coining that shit.
I'm stealing that shit.
He's taking it.
I'll put it in my pocket for later. For retro style games, now a lot of the run and gun games are coming back in style. People wanting to play them kind of run and gun games. Now, are they going to make it a run and gun game, or are they going to make it a horror experience?
I would rather them.
I'd rather make it a modern day version of Quake, which scared me.
Yeah, was it Quake
with the
4 or 3 with the blobs? Which one?
No, Quake 1.
Is it Quake 1 with the blobs?
The original Quake, yeah.
That game shit me up. I was fucking good, and that was basically Doom style.
That was Doom with
actual genuine scariness for me. Anyway,
terrifying.
It shit me up just because the atmosphere. That's all you need.
Yeah.
So you can have a run and gun. Just put the atmosphere in. Put the music in.
Yeah.
That's all you need. That's pretty much what creates the vinginess.
I think Bethesda should just leave the run and gun to modders, but give them the ability to mod whatever Doom 4 is going to be into Brutal Doom 4. Because the modders who did Brutal Doom, if you got a laptop, you'll be able to run this game, and it's free. It's shareware. Brutal Doom. Download it for absolutely free. You play it on your laptop. It's fucking brilliant. If you like Doom, it's Doom Plus. It's just like fucking crazy. It's like
there's a stream of him playing it on the YouTube channel.
Yes, there is. Yeah,
Show Me Games.
Yeah, it'll be in the live stream section. Just check it out. So Bethesda could do themselves a favour by making Doom 4, making it a horror experience, allowing that engine to be source for modders, to then produce a Brutal Doom-esque thing, take cues from the modding community, and then release a DLC for Doom 4 to make a run and gun version of it.
Yeah.
Because that would be essentially what Valve did with Counter-Strike.
Yeah.
Because Counter-Strike came about from Half-Life, and the Source engine. So that could be promising.
Do that. They won't do it. Let's go.
Let's go.
Do it.
Right. So if you press your back button, you should put coins in.
Oh yeah, we need.
And you press start.
What more coins?
Okay. I'm going to be.
Okay.
Donnie.
Okay, I will be the leader.
The leader in the cartoons, but not in the movies.
Is he not?
No. The movies, it's Raphael, isn't it?
Well, the new movie or the 90s? What the 90s? 90s movies.
I think it might be 90s. Yeah. Well, no, 89 maybe the first one. I can't remember. Correct us. Give us something.
Twitch it.
Yeah. So I remember playing this very briefly in the arcades. I never finished this one.
Well, it's money, innit? chucking all that fucking cash
It
in.
was always Turtles in Time for me and you, really, weren't it?
Well, apparently, this Turtles in Time was a sequel to this.
It was. It's the second arcade game,
Which,
but it was the fourth official Turtles game.
Yeah. I'm just seeing if I can do the same move. The kick, he doesn't do like the up kick.
No, we're going to be very restricted and expecting to do really cool shit, and it's not going to. But it still looks nice. The sprite style's almost identical.
Well, it looks the part. I don't know what the fuck's going on with these flames. Did we have a setup actually? What was the story intro?
Well, we're trying to find. I think it was dialogue orientated, and we just skipped past it.
No, I needed. Oh, that was cool.
Stab him in chest and throw him over. I do mince quite a bit though. I'm playing Donatello, by the way. 1990 for the first movie. Thank you very much, Liam. See, and that's why we have these people as members of Show Me Games, because they're great. And if you're watching this, Rock Liam is actually Liam from the Caravan Style Retro Review.
Yeah, check out them videos.
Yeah, good video. There's some beautiful guy on there with a long beard that sits next to
Don't
Liam.
know him.
In fact,
Sounds like a bit of a knobhead.
In fact, the last video that me and Liam did together, Liam had a Turtles t-shirt on, if I remember correctly.
See, we're keeping it all
cyclical. Everything's
family.
cyclical.
He loves that word.
I do. There's lots of words. Like fantastic is one that I use too much as well. But how big is that sofa?
It's pretty fucking big.
That's like a 12-man sofa.
We're also bringing back Ace.
Ace is brilliant.
Ace.
Ace is exactly what it is.
Brill.
We need
Try a bit of Brill.
Get a bit of Brill over there, over in States.
Brill.
So there you go, Andrew Buchanan. If you're watching this, start saying Brill a lot in Canada.
Yeah. And cheeky. I don't think they know what cheeky means. Apparently.
You don't know cheeky?
I'm not so sure about that.
Oh, shell shock.
But yeah, apparently cheeky's a thing.
Ah, here we go. Is that Rocksteady or Bebop?
I can't remember. It's one of the
I'm an adult
Egypts.
now. I'm an adult. I don't need to remember. But this is how far I got in the arcade. I think I beat him in the arcade, and then then I thought I've only got X amount of money. So
yeah, is it worth spending 50 quid on something that I can't play anymore?
You actually have a special. Yeah, you do have a special move.
Like the way she's leaning on that desk.
She wants some.
Is quite.
Yeah,
I don't know.
You're my pretty lady. Hey, pretty lady. Okay, I'm holding it back a bit. Right. Wow.
Oh,
Shredder.
Well, to be honest,
Shredder's been on a diet.
The way she was acting.
She deserved that. The thing is, if this went to court, like we're witnesses, we're like, well, to be honest, I thought that they were on it.
Yeah.
I don't think that he was being inappropriate in the way that he. We'll stop that. Yeah. It's all right. It's good. It's all right. I like turtle games. See, Konami.
When they were good before. Well, they're going mobile now, aren't they?
Fucking hell. Yeah, so they said goodbye to all the beautiful publicity that PT bestowed upon them.
Yeah.
They shit on... I'm not a big fan of Metal Gear Solid games, so I do apologise if I offend everyone. I don't. Fuck you. I'm not a big fan of Metal Gear Solid games. I enjoyed Ground Zeroes. It was alright for a £10 demo, and... Xbox One. You can now buy it on Xbox One for £10. Now that game was £25 when it came out, and I was like, "This is £10 game, so this should be reduced right now, not to £10. It should be reduced to £5, and then people will buy it and they'll be like, shit, man, we're missing out on stuff." But I don't think you should give money to Konami at the moment because of getting rid of PT is actually upsetting to me as a gamer. How do you feel about it? I know you've probably still got it, but
I've still got it. So if anyone wants to buy a PS4 for £1,000, show me the money.
£1,000.
£1,000, not dollars. I'll deal in dollars. It's not worth anything over here.
Literally not, because we try and spend $1, nobody takes it.
Shut the fuck off.
Pizza time.
Yeah, PT. I'd happily just walk around that corridor forever if it kept changing.
Okay, we're talking about Oculus Rift. Could you imagine playing that in Oculus?
Yeah, I won't play it because I'd be scared.
Good.
Because I could play it anyway. I had to get Conquers Deep. I had to get bigger to babysit me while I fucking played it.
Oh, now we're going on Streets of Rage now. We're going on an angle.
Going damn, this is new actually. This is some new,
it's a new but
new
different
techniques.
Yeah, in this period of time, the NES was out. I think that Konami hit the stride in the 16-bit era, for myself anyway. Even though Silent Hill 2 was a masterpiece, I still think the 16-bit era was when Konami ruled out.
Well, yeah, because every fucking game you put on would, especially like this,
Well, Batman Returns
would pop up.
Fantastic game. Mystical Ninja, fantastic game. This game, you know, Turtles in Time, fantastic. I would say fantastic. Ace game.
Ace, brill.
It was absolutely
brilliant.
It was brill. It was brill cream to the max.
It was fucking brill. So apparently there was a deluxe edition of this where you could play it 4-player in the arcade.
Yes, I on the emulator I have here, because I'm allowed to have an emulator for this, because it's an arcade game. I could get the 4-player version.
But there's only 2 of us.
There's only 2 of us. No point.
Do you feel like he's a Rocksteady or a Bebop?
I think he's a Bebop.
You think he's a Bebop?
I think he's Bebop with shades, yeah.
Looks like a bit of a bopper. I mean, I've just watched Mad Max.
Oh yeah.
Which is fucking awesome.
Right.
Nothing happens in it, but it's fucking awesome.
Sometimes it's just the atmosphere, isn't it, really?
Yeah, it really is. It's just one of them sort of... I don't know, it's just fucking good to watch it. And, pull out all that shit.
Oh,
and
straight on that.
These 2 guys could live in that world.
Right.
Just the way they dress. Even the old Mad Max is, you know, it's fucking mental, isn't it? They're all fucking weird.
Well, the very, very first Mad Max movie is awful. The second one is what everybody seems to remember as Mad Max.
I thought I'd seen that, and
watch it. It's awful.
I watched a sort of like a catch-up. Like, if you haven't watched the Mad Max movies, these are like a 5-minute catch-up, and then it sort of shows the story.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't remember this, and it shows him in Australia, normal Australia.
Yeah,
like
that's how it starts.
Present day, but
and he has a partner
in the 80s. He's got a partner. He's some sort of like cop of sorts, some sort of controller type dude.
A police defender, public defender,
something like that.
Such a thing. I can't remember. Public
the world's
going
a bit shitty, isn't it? There's something missing. Like, you know, it's probably running out of water, oil, or
it's all manner of stuff. Still, the new one's directed by the same guy who did the original one.
Yeah, and apparently he did. What's that fucking penguin film called?
Happy Feet.
Happy Feet.
Fuck off.
The stuff he did in between Mad Max 3 and this Mad Max was Happy Feet and something else just as silly. Wow. And then he came back with a vengeance.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? He thought, right, people keep giving me these shit films.
Penguins!
Yeah. So I'm going to make...
Fucking hate penguins!
That's why I'm going to make an awesome film, and he did. He's really good. And it doesn't... It just... There's nothing to the story but the world, which it doesn't tell you anything about.
Well, we've said this before, haven't we? We've said this before. You don't need to go full in depth on a world or a story. That's what makes Predator 1 such a great movie, because you know fuck all about that Predator. That's what makes Alien such a great movie. You turn up and there's loads of questions and none get
your
answered.
brain fills it in, and you've still got questions. And that is, it's a bit like when you read a book and you fill everything in yourself. It's so much better than if they just went, well, this is what... These is like people that I think are called the Crow people. You see them for about fucking 5 seconds. It's just nothing, but they look creepy as fuck. And he just goes, these are here, and you're like, right, that's going to be in some sort of sequel or something. It must be, but it might never be. So my brain is like, those are the fucking... I need to know what they are. They are creepy as fuck. But if I never know, I'll be happier than if you do a film
and then if
with them in, and giving them a story.
Robert Rodriguez it, and they call it Crow Peoples.
Like, Mad Max Crow People.
Like he did with Predators.
And
just sort of shit all over.
Well, that to me is really good. Whereas like you get something like Transformers, it's a new one. I haven't seen it.
Awful.
But just generally Transformers.
Oh god, it's awful.
I didn't mind the first one.
First one were alright.
It's just like non-stop action, and I became numb to it.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest, Mad Max is non-stop action, no story really, all sort of implied.
Yeah.
But I didn't become numb to it. I started adding shit in my brain and thinking, oh my god, what is this?
It's Baxter Stockman.
Oh, cool.
But
so they've done it right. They've done that sort of, I don't know, But someone else will probably watch it and go, "Oh, this."
Yeah, I've read some poor reviews of it, but on the same token, I like the look of it, and I enjoyed Mad Max 2. Beyond the Thunderdome was alright. I remember when I was a kid, I say kid, you know, like 16, 17, 18, really enjoying number 3 more because it was more action and more Hollywood. But number 2 is what most people know as Mad Max.
I think younger people like it because of all the action.
Yeah.
And then older people that watch a lot of movies will like it because you're just imagining more. You want to know more about it. A bit like even like Halo. Halo has an
ambiguity
story
about it.
It does have a story though, and you go through it, and it does tell you a lot of things. But a bit like Star Wars as well. There is such a massive world out there that you don't know about.
Literally a universe.
There's a universe, and there's so much more, and there's so much. Even though you've got a story in them, but there's still like a billion other stories that you don't understand. Like, well, where the fuck's that guy come from? Why is that? What's this? And Mad Max is like that without the story. It does have a story, but it's very simple.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah,
I'll get to A to B.
I recommend watching that.
Cool, I'll watch that. Show me films.
Show me films! What's happening with the game actually with Mad Max? Is that still...
That's still ongoing now. I think they're waiting for E3 because the original E3 trailer, a lot of people lost their shit over and went, "This looks amazing!" But there were no gameplay footage.
Yeah,
I hope this E3, every game developer turns around and says, "You know what? No, we're not going to do a vertical slice. We're going to show you a fucking game. This is the game. With no trailer, with no pre-rendered fucking trailer, this is the game. This is the game we've been working on. Here's 25 minutes of footage." Because that's what I liked about CD Projekt Red, because they...
the future to me now. That it is, because I wasn't going to get Witcher 3, so I'll bring us on to Witcher 3. Yeah. Because I've played these games before and I haven't liked them. I thought, is it going to be like Fallout 3, which I didn't care for? And
I wanted to care for, but I couldn't.
Skyrim, which I thought was alright, but I just didn't understand, you know, I know you really like it, and a lot of people do, but I just
enjoyed the universe.
Didn't really, I don't know, it's just something, yeah.
Well, I think the difference between me and you with that, I think I've come to the conclusion on that. I think the difference between me and you on that is, I was happy to just be in that world.
Whereas I need something to do. I want to progress.
See, so I was happy to be in that world. So by the time I'd sussed out how everything works and stuff, I were already happy with being, it just existed.
Well, you like all that sort of Nordic sort of stuff, and it does lean that way. Does oh cool, they twat each other.
They do. They do that in other ones also.
Yeah, so Witcher it's got loads of good reviews, like stupidly good reviews actually. So, but then so did Fallout 3.
Yeah, I saw some of the reviews for Witcher 3, and I did think, I feel as though this might be a little bit of fanboyism and not giving the right vibe.
But I wasn't even thinking about that. I was just thinking Fallout 3, Skyrim, etc.
Yeah.
So even though this might be getting like the best scores and get the game of the year, I still probably won't like it because I don't like them other games. So the best way to do it was, like you were saying, was I watched a 3-hour
Skyrim is shit.
Boom. I watched a 3-hour Twitch stream on it. And I watched someone play it.
Yeah.
And I thought, right, let's see what this is. And you need to watch it for that amount of time to get a real gist, I think.
Yeah, well, that's what I said to you when you bought Skyrim, wasn't it? I said, give it a few hours. Don't just go, I'll play this for 25 minutes. Hang on a second. Liam had it for 2 weeks, and all I did was tan leather, kill wolves, and get my head kicked in by a troll or a giant or some shit, which you also can fuck off. That's fair enough. That's fine. You've made a decision on that. That's fine.
But
turtle
counter that, yeah, you don't see much of that in the games actually.
We finished it.
Told you, she's just a temptress.
I'm getting some right now.
She's a temptress. That's all she's doing in this game. She's putting it about. She's pretending. Oh, Shredder's kidnapped me. He hasn't. She wanted him to.
She wanted him to. She just
fucking
leading him
teasing him.
The thing is, I wouldn't be surprised if there's one level where me, Donatello, is in court and you're giving a character witness of me, saying that I would not normally touch that woman, but you were under the assumption that me and her were together.
We're in a relationship.
And I know what you'd have to do is you have to press X all the time to convince jury.
Objection!
Objection! Yeah. So,
shit. Cool car, guys.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so it led me to realise that, I could play this game for 2 hours now, which I wouldn't normally do. And it's a simple difference for me. It's like, this is where you go, this is what you do, these are your side missions. You've done a side mission, tick off. All very fucking clean and straightforward. I get it. Whereas Skyrim was a bit like
it was a bit
vague,
it was
and a bit confusing.
It was we're micromanaging your missions,
and you shouldn't be there sometimes. And the first thing I did, completely by accident, was kill some sort of quest giver or summit in a village.
Yeah.
No fucker had talked to me. And I do like the option to do that, but the trouble is, first thing I do is kill someone. Or
you nearly fucked up my Alien Isolation game by just shooting the first fucking animal, didn't you?
And I saw, like, even on the stream, I saw a kid, and these guys were running past the kid, and I'm like, no, I need to test if I can kill the kid, because I know games don't let you kill kids, so I need to see if this is going to be the first game.
Well, funnily enough, I've not actually just tried killing a random person because of the way I game and the way I'm into that world.
Oh no, I'll save it beforehand.
Yeah, but
I didn't
the
do
thing is, as far as I'm concerned, is that I'm Geralt of Rivia.
I am Geralt of Rivia.
Because that guy's a motherfucking cool-ass motherfucker.
I am
I wish I was Geralt of Rivia. It's the only time where an American accent actually doesn't annoy me in those kind of fantasy worlds.
He's sort of tamed down in a way, because he's sort of monotone, isn't it? I don't know, he's not over the top. He's not like, I'm here. He's just like, you know.
I'm Geralt of Rivia.
Yeah, he's
You're going to have to pay me.
He's chilled out of bed.
Alright, so fair enough. But because he's a Witcher, I can get away with that kind of stuff. It's not like Thief, is it, when everybody were talking in Yankee Doodle accents and you can clearly see it was set in 12th century England. Right, okay, Yankee Doodle.
That was a bit strange.
Anyway, sorry.
So I have two versions of myself. Is the guy that's playing the story, and there's the let me just save it and see what destruction I can do to this village. But I don't want to continue that game.
No.
I just want to test the game. So
yeah.
It's like two versions of what I'm doing, and so I'll go back to my earlier save point. And I think you got that option. I think you can save it whenever the fuck you want.
You can to a certain extent. If you've just started a side quest, no, go and finish that side quest.
But I don't need them then. It's just if I turn up in a village and there's a little puppy there, I just want to know if I can stomp on its face.
Yeah. Oh, I did try and kill a cat because Boulder was pissing me off. So I'm like, oh, there's a cat there. Can I burn it? And I kept missing. So.
You do this weird pose. Your character does this very strange
it's very
pose.
camp, innit?
Yeah.
Look at me. I'm a silly mistake.
What do I do? Oh, they look a bit weird, don't they? There's something off.
Yeah, we're like the third-rate turtles, right? It's like what's happened is they've asked for Ninja Turtles, and we've got the Pinja Turtles. It's like, well, I like the Ninja Turtles, but we're cheap. And you go, no, I don't. And I go, whereas in the normal Turtles, like, do a catter, I'm Donatello.
Right,
what do you know, motherfucker?
I was only watching upside down.
That's amazing.
Hold on. Do you want to tackle a subject while there's no going on?
Yeah, let's.
I'll be slowly watching.
Yeah.
Just because I want to flag, really.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Right, what's the time?
The time is just under half an hour. Just over, possibly just over half an hour, about 35 minutes. About 31 minutes because we had about 10 minutes to fuck around. I'll be slightly over an hour in this episode.
Oh shit!
Right, okay.
Fuck it, we're doing it.
Okay,
we're doing it. We're on the fucking boat. Now, I have never seen any of this shit.
No, I haven't.
I've never seen these.
Yeah, but that's the thing with hopefully this year at E3. That's all we're going to see. It's going to be
Turtles,
legitimate
Turtles games.
no, just legitimate gameplay footage.
Oh yeah,
None of this fucking Watchdog shit. None of this fucking bullshit. Alien Colonial Marines bollocks.
Yeah.
Where it's a
fake trailers.
Vertical slice. Now I can take a vertical slice of my dick and it still looks like dick. Now you don't need to fucking give me a vertical slice of a game that doesn't exist because it looks like a game that doesn't exist. So I don't know what I was trying to draw a simile then, but I was
just went off on.
And I just wanted to mention my dick.
You'll notice in every episode he mentions his dick. He finds a way. It's cyclical.
Dick finds a way.
Dick always finds a way. Fucking hell, it finds
So you're
its way
telling
to
me
April.
if two dicks are together, they will breed? Dicks find a way. Yeah, so that's what I hope will happen, and that's one of the many reasons why. You know, it's a small reason, but it's one of the many reasons why I am sort of like a big advocate of Witcher 3 and hope Witcher 3 does really, really well, is because CD Projekt Red just, they don't care. They're like, no, alright, we're making this game, here's this game, here's some game footage. If you remember, one of the very first pieces of media that came out of Witcher 3 last year was an hour-long gameplay footage. They went, here you are,
Yeah.
watch us play it for an hour.
If you put an hour long of any other game,
Imagine an hour-long of Alien Colony Marines. People are like, why are you glitching through the floor?
that fucker there.
Why? He's a sneaky bitch. Well, let's just twat these then, and not move over to the right, and then we can tackle it.
Oh, they've crashed the fucking Turtles van.
Fucking turtle. Do you know the insurance on that is going to go up tenfold now because he lives in Burnley?
If we ring the A-team, maybe they can borrow their van.
Why did he not do an 18 side scrolling beatable?
Right, kickstart.
Fucking hell, Kickstarter.
Right, donate here. We're
Whoever
gonna make,
watches this, whoever passes by this video, whoever sits here, please make a fucking A-team side-scrolling beat 'em up. I think they just
They fucking blow you up, the wankers.
well, it's Konami, isn't it? As long as one of us press
Yeah,
start.
just keep pressing start, I don't know.
Yeah, fucking A-team. Why's that shit on?
Yeah.
Because they were 80s.
I like how we just both went, wait a minute, there's no fucking... There must be an A-team game,
There must be.
but obviously not a very good one. Or even a terrible one, because you haven't heard of it.
If there's a terrible one, next week we're playing a terrible A-team game. Yeah.
Next week, can we play, like, the worst games?
I will...
I mean, fucking, like, angry video games.
Give myself... I've got 34 lives. This might be a bit boring if you're watching the game, but we've got those. We're animated. This is why we put ourselves there, so that when we are talking, and we can have a relaxed... You can see us. Anyway, yeah, so I could... We'll have to pick a console, though, because it'll make it easier to flip and flop between. I've already liked it.
SNES has a lot of games, doesn't it? Mega Drive has a lot. Probably best with the ones with the more...
Master System was shit.
Master System just put any game on, pretty much. Apart from Asterix and Obelix, that was quite good. There's definitely one I want to play, the angry video game they played, and he played that fucking weird, it's a fucked up, shitty game which had this annoying looping music.
That's a homebrew game. I'll tell you what we'll do next week. We'll play homebrew games.
No, it was a proper game. But,
yeah, it was.
They tried to release in Japan.
Yeah, but it was a vixen game.
It was no SNES.
Yeah, it got released. It got released in 2001.
Did it?
Yeah.
Oh right.
Yeah, it was.
And they were trying to get
cartridge.
Oh right. Oh,
That's I remember the one with Jackie Chan picture. And
yes.
Yeah.
I want to play that game. Well, I don't want to play it, but I want to play it because it's.
Well, that's a homebrew. There's a lot of homebrew games out there that somebody made a homebrew version of Streets of Rage, which had every character from all the Streets of Rage games selectable.
It was like Streets of Rage Ultimate.
It basically was, yeah. And then the thing is he made it. He did a real good job on it. And Sega were releasing the Streets of Rage collection, so they paid him to take it down. But it's still floating around there.
I remember, yeah.
So,
yeah, they do that, didn't they? Was that Atari did it with Tempest or something?
Tempest. Well, me and Liam were at play.
Yeah.
And I didn't mean to insult the guy who created Tempest. I didn't mean to.
Oh my god.
Hong Kong 97.
Yes, that's the one.
That's the one, thank you very much. I didn't mean to insult him, but we're having a look and there's a new version of Tempest that they released that you can play on the Rift. And I was talking to Liam and I was saying, like, the first time that I saw the Atari Jaguar was in the store, and the only game that they actually advertised it with was with Tempest.
That's weird, that, wasn't it? Because the Atari Jaguar was supposed to be like, you know,
super powerful.
This is like 64-bit before everything else was 64-bit.
Yeah, and technically we're 128-bit though. That's
maybe it was that actually. Maybe it was 128-bit before everything else.
They were advertising it as 64, but they were a 64-bit sound card and a 64-bit graphic card, which actually made it 128.
Yeah,
but he advertised it as that.
Alien.
So he remembers that was. But he was stood there, and I was like telling Liam, I was like, I saw this Tempest game, and I played Tempest, and it was good, but this is meant to be a brand new console. I want to see shit hot graphics. And
you want to see
there
the
we are-
alien game that they
There
made,
we are with this shit ass game, and the guy who made the game was stood there. And I'm like,
Okay.
Liam told me, and it was very awkward. But I've no problem with Tempest. Tempest is a good game. I'm not very good at it, and I've watched people who play
If you
it.
buy a next-gen console, even at the time, even at that time,
He must understand it. He must appreciate it.
you don't want. That's like nowadays. That's just a download thing.
Mm.
You know, and sell that. Say we've got all these download games. You know, check them out.
Yeah,
all these indie games.
Well, the thing
brilliant,
is
that was like a.
he's
it's
quite
probably
cool
like
because
50
he's one of the
quid
only
for
people that actually reserves the rights to his own game. And he's English. She's cool.
Yeah, I don't know if it's the same guy, but I think it was the guy that made the Jaguar version. They said to him, "You can have the rights to this." He said, "I'll do it. I'll got the rights to it."
Because he
And then he basically made it again for the PS Vita.
Yes, it's called. He owns Llamasoft,
Right.
and that's his company.
Right, and then I think they fucked
I
him
think
over.
Liam, is it Llamasoft? Chirp in while we're talking and just see. Does he own Llamasoft? I think it's Llamasoft he owns. But yeah, so
Yeah.
because he's always at the play events and stuff. And
Well, I think they said it was alright, yeah, whatever, fine, and then they just, after a bit, they just went, no. Wanker, so he just, you know what I mean?
well,
like,
he's remade
it wasn't
in
Tempest.
a way that's not.
No, it
the
wasn't
same.
Tempest, it was different, but it basically looked the same, and they just went, no. It's too similar. It's like, well, fuck you, but you know what I mean? It's one of them.
Well, talking about too similar, yeah, it was brilliant. Thank you very much. It is a lot so. Talking about too similar, have you seen the Assassin's Creed Syndicate video? I understand that the video is kind of static there, but again, we're here. I'm sorry to reiterate it, but TXK is a Tempest game. TXK. There we go. Thank you very much. See, this is why we have Liam on our page.
Yeah.
Because we
Where's
all.
Steve Tunstall? What's he doing?
Exactly, he's doing fuck all. He's normally taking a shit and watching this.
Or other things.
Or other things. So, what were I going on about? What did I mention?
Assassin's Creed.
Assassin's Creed. Okay, I'll finish my flag. We'll carry on playing with this,
Yeah.
and we'll talk about Assassin's Creed. Did you watch the Assassin's Creed trailer? Syndicate trailer.
Not only did I watch the trailer, but after I watched the trailer, I watched the
Gameplay.
40-minute witterings about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't give a fuck again.
Did you not watch that and go, that looks like Victorian Batman? Because that's what I thought. I watched it and went,
I just watched it and went, here we go again.
well,
That's about, I just kind of shut off.
yeah, it's usually that goes for fun times. You really,
What they did though was
you may as well carry on with
they did apologise for Unity.
Well, yeah, as they should. Insert coins, it's your back mode.
Oh, right, cool. Yeah, they did apologise for Unity, so that's something. But that's just marketing.
It's a year too late, isn't it, really?
It's just marketing though, because they're trying to say like, oh, we know we fucked up on Unity, sorry.
Yeah.
When they're just coming out with another game, it's like say it at the time for a start, and give us a discount somewhere. Just give us all credit for having it. I don't have it, but you know what I mean.
I've got it for 12 quid. 12 quid, I think, is actually worth it. But Witcher's out now, so it's
not.
too late. It's a dead game.
Yeah.
It's a dead game, and if you haven't got internet access and you have Xbox One and the PlayStation 4, because there's nothing wrong with not having internet access at all, because humans don't.
Yeah.
You can opt out of that shit. If you don't have internet access, that game is still broken to this day.
Well, they ain't watching this anyway. Because they don't have internet access.
You might be around at a friend's house because everybody watches Show Me Games.
Everybody and their mother.
Everybody and their mother's movie.
Every fucker. Yeah, so I don't know. I don't care. But I didn't care about Unity either. I just thought it looked pretty. But what they added, more people. Yeah, but they all look the same.
It's better. It's better than 3. Not as good as 4.
4 is good because...
4 is brilliant.
Let's be honest, 4 is good because
should
it's
be
got
3.
ships in it.
Yeah, but 4 should be 3.
Yeah.
And I have a theory about 4 and 3, which I shared with Ryan Clark. And my theory is they told 2 groups to work on 2 Assassin's Creed games.
Well, they must have, cause
Right.
they said they were been making this for 4 years.
Yeah.
And I'm like, right, so...
Right,
but then they're
so-
talking about it like they've just made the other one. I thought, well, you can't have because you were making this one while the others were making that
So
one.
I was thinking they were making 2 Assassin's Creed games, and I think originally their idea was make 2 Assassin's Creed games, right? We'll add the Dexter, whatever his Dickie name is. What the fuck
Wow.
is that? Oh, he's big and hard. they're making 2 Assassin's Creed games, and I think the people that were working on Assassin's Creed 3 went, we like that ship thing, can we borrow it? Yeah, alright, here's the code, right? And then the people who were working on 4, they had an outline of the story, and I think they just hadn't chosen a number for that game yet. Because they could have put the Desmond stuff in or whatever, because it's opposite to the game. You understand what I'm getting at? It's like it's outside of the game, so they could have put the Desmond stuff in number 4, and they could have put the Aspergo stuff in number 3.
Yeah.
So I think they were waiting for who could finish something first, and they hadn't quite finished Black Flag yet because of all the ship stuff, and they were like, "Oh, I want to add all this stuff in and what have you." So they released number 3 first, and they showed some select audiences special features such as ships and running through a tree. And the running through a tree seemed a lot more dynamic for a trailer than the ship stuff, because the ship stuff's very slow.
Yeah.
And I think they've got them in wrong order. So
awesome.
As far as I'm concerned, number 4 is number 3, and number 3 is number 4, but you don't want to go backwards with your stuff. And they understood that what they would technically be number 3, which would be Assassin's Creed 4, would be better than 3. So it would be a step back if they released them in that order.
Yeah.
So I feel as though they shoehorned the Desmond shit in and put the Aspergo stuff into number 4, because then they've gone along the lines of ignoring that Desmond storyline and now having this passive shit in Unity where you don't actually play it anymore, it's just somebody talks shit to you, which means they can just drop that in and out. So I wouldn't be surprised if this one that's currently working on now, this Syndicate, was being worked on while Unity was being made.
Yeah. And they've done it.
And they've decided that, actually, I think the period of time around the storming of the Bastille is a more interesting period than the Victorian period, and the Victorian period times, then they bought themselves an extra year of development on it, which means it will be a little bit better, noticeably better. But when I watched the extra features of it, the fact that you can climb things a little bit easier, you've then got a grappling hook now. You've now got all this shit. I watched it and I thought, well, which one am I going to buy? Am I going to buy Batman, or am I going to buy Assassin's Creed Syndicate? Because they look like the same game now.
I've got a problem with Batman too.
I have a problem with Batman.
The problem with Batman is
I feel
I've said it before. I
think it's franchise fatigue already, and that's only on 3 games.
Yeah.
Now, Assassin's Creed.
Well,
I missed
4. There's the Origins.
You see, I missed that one because I only count Rocksteady games.
It's the same though. It's not to higher quality, I don't believe, but it is.
Yeah.
If you play that, you still feel like you played. These are fucking assholes.
Just jump away from them. Ignore them.
No, they need to die for being shit.
Just ignore them. If you keep staying there, you get trouble. But that's my thing. It's like, I feel franchise fatigue with the Batman games, and as far as I'm concerned,
I haven't played one for ages as well.
There's 3 of them games, which is the new one and the previous 2, not Origins. And I haven't played it since Arkham City. And I look at it, and because I've played Assassin's Creed recently, they're the same fucking game.
Yeah, similar sort of thing going on.
The Batman games are considerably better.
Yeah, but you still played it.
I'm like, here I am again, I'm in a new world, blah 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 blah.
That's my problem with AAA stuff now, it just does feel the same. So when I play so I've done a few more Friday Feelings, and one of them is Unfinished Swan, and
beautiful experience.
Very rarely with a game that I play, especially a Friday Feeling, do I continue to play the game afterwards, because generally I've had enough by the first
20 minutes.
Yeah, sometimes before that. And that is the only game where I went back and I thought, try this again now.
Well, I watched you play the Fast and the Furious Forza thing. Yeah. I was impressed by the graphics. I was impressed by how it looked. After you recorded it, we played it for a short period of time afterwards, didn't we?
Yeah.
And
enough,
I decided that was enough.
enough.
And it wasn't because it was bad. No. It wasn't bad in any stretch of the imagination.
We played it before.
It was a beautiful, beautiful looking game, but that was enough.
We played it before.
That was enough.
And Unfinished Swan, have you Played that yourself?
Yes,
Learning degree?
it's a gorgeous experience.
And
It's an experience. It's not a game.
Did you finish it or?
No, I only played about 25 minutes of it. I didn't.
No, right, okay. It does change every level. Gameplay changes surprisingly, and it's got the best credits of any game I've played.
Really, even Portal, which has that beautiful song.
Well, that's the song, not the credits.
It is a song, but
know what I mean?
It does help because you feel like you're part of that song because you contributed to everything.
It does help. So, but I think that's an anomaly because it's a good song. It's not really the credits that are doing anything.
Yeah.
But it's basically you're going through a level while the credits are being shown to you,
okay,
and also you're getting the tie-up of the story, which at first I was quite dismissive of the story.
Right.
And it's not really a deep story by any means, but it's just a nice little fairy tale. Oh, cool.
Right.
It's a nice little fairy tale type story.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it is a game. It does. It's not a hard game.
It's a game.
Yeah, it's not a hard game, and it is a short game, but it is a good game. And every level changes it up.
Right.
So what you think you get used to the game, which you start off throwing paint everywhere, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that goes after the first couple of levels. Then you move in some sort of vines around by throwing water to get to different places.
Okay.
Then you're in this fucking different place doing some other weird shit, and it honestly every just few levels it's like.
Well, I told
now.
Mick to download it, and he had a look at it. He said, "I don't think that's a game I'm going to play." I said, "It's not a game. It's an experience."
Yeah, it is. It is. I would say
experience.
it's between a game and an experience. For me, it's like yeah, it is. It's in between both.
Yeah, but it's a gaming experience. As pretentious as that sounds, it's a gaming experience.
You are a pretentious twat.
A bit like Flower. Flower is a gaming experience. A beautiful experience, nevertheless.
Yeah, I think there's a little bit more to it than Flower.
Yeah,
because I think Flower you could get through it with just doing it.
Yeah, you can.
This you can't. You need
just sort of drawing a slight simile. I understand that. I appreciate it.
It's in between that and a game, I would say.
Yeah, right.
But you definitely need to know how to play games to do this. It does have sort of gaming themes about it, but it's simplistic, if you know what I mean. A bit like Walking Dead for me, really. Like, it's point and click, but it's even more basic than any point and click I've ever played. Because point and clicks usually piss me off because there's some fucking stupid key that I have to put up someone's ass.
Fucking hell.
3 shredders.
Yeah, the one behind was the original one.
See, he's been having sex with April. They've had children. It's taken so long to come here, and these are the triplets. One of the fakes. The fakes.
I don't talk that guy anymore. Yeah, you can tell the real one. I'm a baby turtle. I'm a baby turtle.
We're a baby turtle. Oh, I missed that.
Yeah,
Alright, one of them's down.
Or a turtle head. Oh, it's right. The guy closest to you is the real one. The one in front of all them. The guy who's back to us is the real one. Well, you're attacking. I lost track of where I am. Oh, right.
I'm not sure now myself.
Yeah, I lost track because I was too busy watching Shredder. I lost where I was.
So you're just
okay, I'll put loads of credits in, and then you just press start loads of times. You'll actually get your lives up.
It's not that one then.
Yeah.
I think it might be this guy.
Really fucking irritating.
With the electric shit.
Well, this is. I don't like this boss.
No, it's not him. So then, it must be him. Boy.
Yeah, well, I'm not a big fan of this boss. This Turtles experience is. I mean, this is the first one, so I think we would have loved this, but we were spoiled by playing Turtles in Time first.
Yeah, it's like
Turtles in Time was
just a better version of this. It's
just
it's like if they said, right, here's the game. It's alright, that. Right, improve it. Oh, bastard.
Son of a bitch.
He does have the same sort of background and stuff, doesn't he?
Yeah, this is where if
we're crying or something.
Well, no, if we're on Turtles in Time, we walk into a room like this, and then it mode 7's round, and we have to throw.
Oh yeah, we have to throw them at the screen. Yeah,
mode 7's all the way around.
Yeah, I can't say I'm having much fun with this one.
No, not as much, but then again, we are busy. We're working right now. Flower is a fun little game. It is. It is a lovely little experience, and.
Notice how we didn't say game.
Well, it's a gaming experience. That's one of my things with the Oculus Rift that I think people miss is I think they want Call of Duty and they forget that gaming experiences can be emotive and they can be really, really nice. You don't have to actually have a direct input to have fun on them.
No, you need some sort of input, otherwise you do with Flower and Journey.
Well, with Flower and Journey you do, whereas in Oculus Rift, you, as much as you're passive, you're not. You're part of the world because where you walk, you're interacting with it in that way, which is, that's the thing. Is I think there's lots of games like that. There's lots of like.
I think Shredder might just look like that. Right. So they're either all fake or.
But that's one thing that I will give Sony a hell of a lot of credit for. They will go for these kind of experiences. Journey, I never played Journey. Did you play Journey?
I'll play the demo, yeah.
Played the demo.
I can't really judge it, but I didn't think much of it. But that is one of them, like, you have to finish it. You have to play more than a demo, I think. If they give it me for free, I'll play it. If they charge me for it, they'd have to charge me very little, because I've missed the time.
I think it would work well for Sony to... when you first bought the PlayStation 1, you got a disc with it, which had little demo experiences. It showed a 3D T-Rex, like, screaming at you, and you can rotate around, and it also had a manta ray swimming. Also had a manta ray swimming. Now, I think it'll do Sony a world of good if, whenever you buy, because they've got enough money, even though they're still competing and whatnot with Microsoft, because that's how it is. It's a competition of consoles, isn't it? But it would do them a world of good that if you buy the PlayStation 4, you get Flower, you get Journey, you get Unfinished Swan, and you get several other gaming experiences. Don't necessarily show off your PlayStation 4, but show off Sony as a gaming company.
Yeah.
Right? Built in to your console. So even if you've not only bought one game, let's say you go out and you buy a PlayStation 4 and you buy FIFA, you get a FIFA package. You go home and then you're like, oh, what's this Unfinished One? You'll play it for a bit, you're like, whatever. And then one day you'll sit there and go on, I'll play this, and you're like,
or you give it to your kid and they're
this
playing.
is really nice.
Yeah.
You'll play Flower and you'll go, this is really nice. You'll play Journey and go, fuck, I wouldn't normally play that. And it'll expand your gaming mind.
And they can't be making any money off them now anyway.
No, no. I think they should just be built in onto the console. I mean, Xbox doesn't have any of those experiences.
No, they sort of gave up Xbox when they went Connect mad on 360, didn't they? The latter years of the Xbox 360.
Because the 360, the first... I think it was the last 2 years of 360 that ultimately fucking ate themselves to death.
The first 5 or 6 years, whatever, was like...
There was no other console.
It was perfect, it was fucking brilliant. It really was. It was really good. And then, what's his fucking face? Got overexcited with his Connect.
Oh, I can't remember his name now, but...
Wii Sports and Nintendo.
I agree, like how Ninty did with Wii Sports. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, well, they were tech demos, kinda. But people play them to this day and still go, Wii Sports fucking brilliant, Nintendo are really, really good. They are really good experiences, and that's... Nintendo got it right with that kind of stuff, without sucking Nintendo's dick too much, but they have got it right. So Sony, if they did what Nintendo do with Wii Sports, which is more of a tech demo, and Nintendo Land, which is more of a tech demo again, if Sony took that little idea and went, well, here's Unfinished Swan, here's Journey, here's our exclusive Flow. Yeah. Flow is a really nice game.
Yeah, is why you should.
Have you played Flow on the Vita? That's a beautiful little experience. Here we go. Here's some experiences. Just experiences. They're just gaming experiences. You can play it with your joypad. You'll turn it on one day and you'll go, fuck it, all right. And you might have bought that console to play Call of Duty. You might have bought it to play FIFA. But this might just expand your mind enough to go, okay, I'll try it. Because I know a lot of people that are going to buy Witcher 3 because of the strength of the trailers.
Yeah, they won't play it.
They won't play it.
Yeah, same with Skyrim and Bloodborne and
Fallout and Zelda. I know people buy a Nintendo console and go, Zelda, I've heard Zelda.
Anything
they buy it and go, that's
complicated than Mario, they won't do it.
No, I'm not going to play that because I'm not getting numbers thrown in my face. I'm going to have to spend time. Flow's a really good game. If you probably download it for your dodgy PSP, if you've still got it, and play Flow. Flow's cool because Flow's like an evolutionary thing. Patapon, that was on PS Vita. Put that on that's a rhythm-based little game. Put that on. If you buy a Sony console and they have this fucking disc jam-packed with
like your Master
experiences.
System with your Wonder Boy or whatever it's called that was in the
exactly.
game.
Like you were saying with your Nintendo Wii and your Nintendo Land. Nintendo Land is, Wii Sports Resort was a tech demo, but a fantastic tech demo.
Yeah, I loved it.
If nobody's never played a Wii before, a Wii U, or Wii with Wii Motion Plus, you go, got a game for you. Let's put this in. Check this shit out. Yeah, it's like if I have the Oculus Rift, I go, right, as long as you're an adult and you're not completely terrified about horror games, ears affected, and you go, fuck man, I'm in the world, I'm scared. This works, I'm on it.
There's quite a few of them.
There's quite a few. I think we'll
do you want to wrap up and do a part 2 maybe?
I was thinking exactly
because I need a wee wee. He needs a wee wee. We're not going to go together because we're not women, believe it or not.
So we'll wrap it up here. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.
Yeah. Check out the other videos. Check out the Show Again's Facebook group for lots of gaming witterings.
It's actually a really good group, and I'm blowing smoke up. See, Adam started that group, but it's a really good group because I can go on there and catch up on all of gaming news because you guys are adding to it all the time.
Yeah, you don't have to.
And I don't have to
find it on the internet. It's hard work trying to find anything of interest.
Really good. It is. I've known a couple of gaming groups on Facebook, and again, I make videos for this shit. Oh, Rock Williams followed. Thank you very much. I'm on a couple of gaming groups on Facebook, and it is the more concise one which actually shows us stuff. Again, it sounds like smoke per own ass, but
it's got a lot of good people on there.
Really good.
But we're going to wrap up. So thanks for watching.
Thank you very much.
Like and subscribe, or don't.
And we'll see you next week. And he'll see you on Friday for Friday Feelings.
I'll see you on Friday for Friday Feelings. Race the sun. See you in a bit. Boom.